Hmm. Let's see what happens. Hmm. Ooh, am I live? Welcome back to a live stream video of Jason Reed. So we're gonna talk about the war news. So we got a news for terms of war. Some of the people who thinks about terms of war about on the terrorists of ISIS. So sometimes the people who you think about what it looks like, but we just think about what it was or not make any sense about that. So it does not make any sense about terms of news, guys. But so some of the people who you think it was, or making about videos of these decision. So what we got here is to make your ways to becoming right now. Hmm. So one of the things about what it looks like is you need to make sure everything is cleared of terms of war city news. Terms of war city is about what happens if the people who died on the Manchester. Some of the all the terrorists had an assault rifle, but the terrorist assaults the civilian. But sometimes the police came to see the terrorist on that. I've seen it on news, but sometimes they are news and terms and conditions, and sometimes what we need to do is we will have to report everything on the reporting the conversation of this force and horn, my rainforest. Now, some of the people who you think you were going about that. So first thing is you will now to get everything you need to find out. What we need to do is you need to keep up a good work on here and you need to find out what it looks like. Then you need to find everything what's on it needs, but you need to find everything. You need to keep thinking on yourself up. And the first thing is, let's find my t-shirt here. And the first thing is, so say, shit. Sorry guys, it's my fault. It's my glasses, guys. So, okay, guys. But some of the people who were on terrorist fighting against that war, but some of the terrorists are the here, but it was me because I was a terrorist by the other people. I'm a Riddick, but I'm just the Chronicles of Jason. Some of them will never be here for Obi-Wan, but first off, we never know what he looks like. We want to go everything they ruined. It goes with everything it needs. But the first time they will remember what it looks like. Set him on the fire and leave. But some of them are not being tolerating. But every time what you need to keep up for good work on lessons, but you will need to find out more about what it looks. Now every time you need to do what exactly the same you did. Now it's about damn time to see what happens to the terrorists. And in terms of war news about people who's a terrorist with an AK-47. So the terrorist shoots the people with an AK-47 and the shield, but the police reinforcements are coming in to fight the terrorists. Then the police got assault rifle and the M16 and the SMG or MP5 or anything, and they do have pistols. So, pen. Yep, correct. So all the system malfunction is completed. Now, first off, we're going to tell you about that, guys. So we just say what we need to do is to keep up a good work. Then you need to find out more about that. So, when I found a badge, it cost about 350. In the meantime, I can't make it currently messed up, guys. You need to find out, just sit and get more about everything. So, can't see me in my face. So you can't see me in my face, guys. Right. Well, if you say, guys, what I'm saying, but some of the people who you think it is, well, we're not tolerating from the community of those of the community. Some of them were another time for processed to be a theism. But the theism is the kind of a religion of a theism. But you mean like the atheism has been found like a malfunctioning of terrorist about theism. Atheism things are aesthetic things about what happens to pathetic peoples who were on. We are about atheisms. They are religion of atheism. Well, they are atheism's religion of causing damage, but you need to poke you out a bit. And some of them realize how you work, how you feel, or how you not feel, and it makes me sad or upset, or it makes me sad or funny. You don't have to say anything you found out what happens to terrorists. What it needs to be. But the spider guy has no idea. Well, some of them are not sure what you need. Your baseball bat, and some of the terrorists were being infected, but they were affected other things. The people were infections. They were infected, but some of them are wearing the Sikhs. But the Sikhism, they are religion of Sikh. But the Sikhs will never see him again. And sometimes the Sikhs religion of Sikhism, some of the Sikhs fights in the Golden Temple of about Sikh temples or anything for Punjabi Sikhs. But some of the Sikhism people were fighting each other, but they were fighting in the Golden Temple of Singh. But his name is Guru Nanak. But Guru Nanak was the first guru ever in Guru. So, about Samsung Guru. So, okay, so Guru Nanak. So he was the last guru. Is a Guru Gobind Singh. So Guru Gobind Singh was a 10th. So he was the 10th guru. He was the 10th guru, and he was the first guru of Guru Nanak. But the Guru Nanak, it was a very, very religion of a Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak was a founder as a Sikhism, but some of the Sikhs people were fighting each other, but the Sikhs were never saying, I'm Christian. I'm just about to fight over the Sikhs religion of the Sikhism. But some of the Sikhs will never see him again. But all that matters is what's inside the wallet. But all that matters is what's inside of that thing when it happens to me. But sometimes the people wants to fight Sikhs in the temple of terrorists, but some of the Sikhs will recognize everything of that. But more of that of the Sikhism, but Sikhism are looking for about Guru Nanak, but Guru Nanak was a founder as Sikhism. But I'm not mad, but sometimes the madness people were mad. We're madding other people you think. Some of the kind of species of the people's temple of a Sikhism, but Sikhism was a very, very religion of the Sikhs, temple of Sikhs. Some of the Sikhs will never seen him with two swords, and in Sikhism, where are they religion? What religion is people? What religion are peoples? But they are different religions of a new terrorist. But the terrorists are fighting from the ISIS. So the ISIS, the terrorists, so the ISIS people were shooting with a gun at AK-47, but ISIS people were never seen for ISIS. So ISIS is a terrorist about what the terrorists of ISIS, what it looks like, but ISIS is a name of a religion of a new communist orientation. So the Zoroastrian, so Zoroastrianism, so we're going to talk about Zoroastrian. So Zoroastrian is the first religion of a new thing, so some of them are really good at this. So Judaism. Judaism is a name of a Jewish, as a Jewish exorcism. So some of the Jewish people were killed by Nazis, but they are Nazis in a concentration camp. Some of the Jewish people went and go to the concentration camp on the prisoners, but the concentration camp is over here for the far with the police. Some of the German soldiers or Nazis or Hitler. Some of the Nazis, they now the Hitler's leader. So the Hitler was a very Adolf Hitler was a Nazi leader. Then he once attempted to murder the Jewish people, and then he killed Jewish people to death. So he has been redeeming himself, and he become a suicide of a Jewish exorcism. Some of the Jewish people were here, but the Jewish people were seen to be a terrorist. But the Nazis fight the Jewish and bring him back to the concentration camp. And finally, when some of the people who were on a concentration camp on about every time, but some of them are the religions of Jewish. And the German Nazis. So Nazis is a Germany soldiers and the old German soldier of new concentrations. But they are Jewish people, but sometimes Zach Frankenstein was a Jewish guy or man. He's a Jewish man or a Jewish guy. I don't all the Jews, but some of the Jews are the religion of the Jewish, or also known as a Jew or Jews. Some of the Jews people were going to a concentration camp, but they were going to a concentration camp of Jewish people. And then the Adolf Hitler wants to kill the Jewish people. And some of the Jewish prisoner, they standing on a wall against the wall, and some of all the German people, then all the German soldiers, and the Nazis. Now, they were on his knees, on the Jewish people's knees. Then they're trying to execute one Jewish people, and he shot in the head, and murdered or died. So first of all, we're going to show you about what happens if the Jewish people were killed by Nazis or some. So the Jewish people was murdered, and then he tried to murder the Jewish people, and then so there was one Jewish people, there was one Jewish man runs from the concentration camp, and then the Nazis soldier were after the Jewish guy. But the Jewish guy have to decide to fall out the here on the World War in about 1914. So in 1914, some of the Nazis are looking for the Jewish people. There's a Jewish man, but I don't know why the Hitler wanted to kill Jewish, because they're all different religions of a Jews or Judaism. Now, finally, Jewish people went to the synagogue and it says on the Hebrew, but it was a Jewish writer called Hebrew. Hebrew is a writer of a new Hebrew. Something is right on the Jewish symbols of a Hebrew, so you can write it. But it's a Torah. So Torah is a paper or paper script of the new Jewish writers. So all the Jewish writing, but some of them are using it. So is a pointing hand called a pointing finger called Yad. So the Yad is a name. So when you can read by using the Yad. So the Yad can be used for reading the Torah. Now, with the first off, we're going to see what happens. Now, some of them are really pursuing of a new conversation, a great conversation. Thank you for so much about that. So all the religions have really good symbols, but they are. Now we're going to talk about the Hinduism. So the Hinduism is a very, very Indian of Dharma, but some of the things around here. Now, so the Hindus were a religion in India when when the Hindus starts. Now, I don't know why they are the gods of the Hindus, but some of the Hindus god of a new compilation. But some of them are really religion of a new Hindus and Jews or Jewish. So Jewish is supposed to be here. So I've just found out. So what we got here? So Buddhism. So Buddhism is a Buddhist, or known as Buddha. So the Buddhism is a name of a temple of monks. Some of the monks are praying or practicing like this. Now, when the monks do like this in the Buddha, but they are Buddhisms. So the Buddhism is a name of a monk. So the monks is a really name of a Buddhism of the temple of monks temple. So all these temples are a temple museum of the new temple. So the Buddhism is a really religion of these part of that, but they are looking good. Now we're gonna talk about everything we need. Talking about everything about what it looks like, you need to find out more about what happens to it. Now that's the end of a new live stream video. So, do you know what, guys? And I hope you guys watching. Make sure you need to thumbs up and subscribe. You can leave a comment down below on live chat replay, and make sure notification. And I hope you guys watching. So see you at the first live stream video. So see ya. Goodbye.